everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today let's do something a little new. I'm sorry if my camera looks a little weird. I don't know what's going on, but we're just gonna forget about that. Let's just have a little bit of fun today. I wanted to do a tier ranking video of all of the fantasy romances that I read in 2023. I think there's about 40 of them. I'm not quite sure. Don't hold me to that number, but I have been seeing so many booktubers go around and make a tier list of a multitude of different things, whether it be certain genres they read or certain authors that they have read, just anything out there. And I wanted to kind of rank my own ratings, I guess you could say. So I just wanted to kind of jump on here. Let's just kind of have a little bit of fun today. Make sure that you like and subscribe. Always check my description box for all of my links, including my Patreon. And also always leave me comments below about any books that you're reading, any suggestions of what you'd like to see, and so much more. So let's get into the tier ranking of these. So let me move you over. All right, so I have all of the books down here already lined out, ready to go. I also have my list on the left side. So, of course, the top one would be my 5-star, 6-star, 1,000-star books, and that is I Want to Live in This World. Granted, are there some of them that I would want to live in? I don't know. But you understand what I mean. The second one is so close to a favorite. Those are my 4 stars where I loved them. I can't wait to continue on, or I'm thinking about these characters in this world far after me ending the book. But there was just something about it that didn't have me feeling that 5-star, which is okay. Not every book that you love has to be a 5-star. The third one is just meh. It's a 3-star. There's not really much you can put there. It's okay. It's not great. It's not bad. It's just flatlined, I guess. Then my 2-star ratings. Why did I not like it, but wanted to keep reading? I don't know if any of you have ever had that as well, but I have honestly been reading a book and I'm just like, this is terrible. I just need to stop, right? But I can't. I'm like, but I don't want to. I need to know what happens. And I'm just like, this is terrible. And then my 1 stars or my DNFs are, I wasted so much time. So I definitely want to hear your thoughts after we get done here. Do you agree with any of my ratings? Do you not agree with them? Definitely leave those comments below. So let's get into here, but I do want to make a disclaimer. If any of these books are your all-time favorites and I don't rate them as high as you do, that's okay. We're readers here. We all read different things. So let's get into this. So Serpent in the Wings of Night. I am putting this with Six Scorched Roses and The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King. I'm just talking about the whole duology and novella as a whole. And I am definitely going to say it was so close to a favorite. I loved it. Don't get me wrong. I think about Aurea and Rain all of the time. I think about their world and how we're going to see the other territories in this world. But I feel like the second book really, it just didn't do as much as the first book did, which is okay. I still love the series regardless. But, I just felt like there was something missing. The next one is The Stolen Heir by Holly Black. Okay, this is a spinoff from the Cruel Prince trilogy where you are following, I can't even remember his name. It's Jude's younger, half-brother, stepbrother. Anyway, you meet him in the trilogy. This is his spinoff. He's grown up. It's sometime later, right? And he's going through the forest on this mission. And I'm just going to say meh. I didn't love this book, but I also didn't hate it. I am going to continue on reading it, but I don't know. There was something missing. I don't know if it was the atmosphere. I don't know if it was just that it's not Jude and Carden. I don't quite know. There's just something off. So we're going to see how The Prisoner's Throne goes whenever it comes out in a couple weeks, I think. The next one is Zodiac Academy, Book 8. I am putting this 100% in I wasted so much time. I started out reading the series from book 1, and I was told, wait until book 3 or 4, you're going to love it. So then I get to book 3 or 4, and I was like, okay, I'm intrigued. I kept reading, and then we get to like book 6, and I started losing steam at that point. I was like, why are these continuing to go? What is happening? Why are these books getting bigger and bigger? Finally, book 8 came. Thankfully I listened to it as an audiobook, which made it a little bit more digestible. But I was like, if book 9 is not the finale, like it says it's going to be, I'm done. I just need to know what happens at this point. I have read like 5,000 pages in this series. I just need to know how it ends. But I've wasted so much time. It's terrible. I do not recommend it to anybody. I know there's a following out there of people that love it, but I'm not one of them. The next one is 1,000 Heartbeats by Kira Cass. Okay, hear me out, you guys. This one is it is so close to my favorite. Okay, Kira Cass is hit or miss for a lot of people. She's very well known for her Selection series, which is kind of like The Bachelor meets, I don't even know. Anyway, it's kind of like a Bachelorette-esque type thing where all these girls are in the castle and they're vying for the prince's affection. It is not very well written. It is horrible in some parts. However, the series as a whole is very addicting. Like, you just can't stop reading it. It's just like one of those like feel good times. Then she wrote a duology called Betrayal and Betrothed, or Betrothed and Betrayal. Those books are terrible. Do not pick them up. But 1,000 Heartbeats is a standalone, and I want to say this is Kira Cass's best work that she has ever done. To be honest, the best work she's ever done. So I loved it. It definitely wasn't perfect. You can tell that her writing is getting better, but it's not to the level it should be yet, which is okay. But I want to say that the dual POV and the way that these characters work together and stuff, it works well. The cover is gorgeous. I just loved everything about it. So it was close to a favorite of mine. The next one is The Liar's Crown by Abigail Owen. I love Abigail Owen. I love her writing, and I love her worlds, and I love everything about it. I am putting this one in just meh. It wasn't an outstanding read, but it wasn't terrible either. I am going to be continuing this series, but I just feel like we need a little bit more. We need less YA and more action. We need more plot development. We need a lot more going on than what's going on right now in book 1. But, I am going to be continuing on with that. The next one is one that I found from KU, and it is an Enchantment of Thorns. This one is going into I Want to Live in This World. I absolutely love this book. I love everything about it. I can't wait to continue on with it. It is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, if you cannot tell by the cover. It is so, so good. The romance is so, I don't even know. It's so good. So good. Just go check it out. It's on KU. It's free. I mean, if you pay for the monthly subscription of KU, it's basically free. Go read it. You may end up loving it. I devoured it. I couldn't stop. The next one is Knights of Rosalind, and I don't even remember who the author is because I wasted so much time with this book. It was supposed to be kind of like the whole Knights Templar thing where they are protecting the Holy Grail, which ends up being Jesus's bloodline. The thing that a lot of people do, like Dan Brown and everything. This was terrible. I don't even know why I finished it. Let me just be honest with you. I wasn't even having a good time. I can't even put it in a 2-star. It's absolutely terrible. The writing is horrible. Like, I just do not recommend. Just stay away. The next one is Hooked by Emily McIntyre. I know this is going to be very controversial, and I'm so sorry about that. But why did I keep reading this? It is a dark-esque, fantasy-esque romance. there's a lot of different things going on. It's extremely dark, and it's about how, like, Hook gets Pan's daughter. I don't know. I know people love this series. People love Scarred, and what's the new one that just came out? Wretched? Or I don't even know. It's like the Hunchback of Notre Dame retelling. People love them. I just don't know if I'm going to read anymore because I did not like Hooked at all. The next one was one that I found on KU, and this is where KU can kind of bite you a little bit. This one is I Wasted So Much Time. Snow and Roses. And I think the author is T.M. Franklin, I think. Don't quote me on that. This was a Cinderella retelling of, was it Cinderella or Snow White? It's one of the two. She's in an insane asylum, and she believes that she's this person. And it was a wild trip, but I do not recommend. I do not recommend. It was not good. Not good at all. Blood Mercy by Vila Roth. I'm pretty sure you guys already know where that's going. I want to live in this world. I want to be best friends with Leo and Cassia. I want to meet all of the Hesperines and just live with them for all of eternity. They have my heart in every single way. This whole series has gripped me, and it's not letting me go. And I'm okay with that. I absolutely love it. This series is not for everybody. I am just a very dense political fantasy girly. I love that. I love slow plot progression at times, and I'm just eating it up. And Leo is just a marshmallow, and I love him. Oh my gosh. I absolutely love him. The next one is What Lies Beyond the Veil by Harper L. Woods. This is going to be controversial as well. I do plan on continuing it, but I do give it a 2-star. I do say, why did I not like it, but wanted to keep reading? And it's not that I didn't like it, okay? I'm confused. There is a lot of things going on in the first book that I'm confused about. And hey, I praise the author because she was like, I'm not going to make this a 700-page book where I'm going to build up the world and, you know, make you wait until book 2 before you get anything. I appreciate that. However, I felt like this went way too fast. I am way too confused. I do plan on continuing, but no. I just don't get it. So, Light Lark by Alex Astor. I am saying I wasted my time. I don't understand this book. I don't understand anything about it. I don't even know why it was written, to be honest with you. I don't feel like the plot is there. I mean, she's talking to, you know, the shadowy dark dude and like falling for him, but then all of a sudden is like, I'm in love with the Light King. And it's like, what? Like, I don't understand. Caraval is definitely going to be a 2-star rating. I hated this trilogy, but I did keep reading it because I wanted to read Once Upon a Broken Heart trilogy, and I wanted to kind of get a little bit of backstory. No. However, Once Upon a Broken Heart is definitely going to go into the 4-star. It was so good. The trilogy as a whole. Listen, I'm kind of in the majority where I'm like, what happened in book 3? Why did we go this route? Why is there not enough Jacks? I'm in that same route. I'm in that same group, guys. Same group. But as a whole, if I'm talking about the trilogy as a whole, it was so good. One of my favorites. I feel like the world is so whimsical and fun to be in, and it's so fairy tale-esque that I just loved it. I ate it up. Loved everything about it. The next one is Divine Rivals. Okay. I was on this whole thing where I was like, I love Divine Rivals. I can't wait until Ruthless Vows comes out. What happened to Ruthless Vows? That's what I want to know. What happened to this series? Just for Ruthless Vows. This whole series is going into the 3-star category. Divine Rivals, absolutely amazing. Ruthless Vows, I don't even know where she came from. I don't know what she's doing. We don't know her. Okay? I'm going to leave it at that. The High Mountain Court by A.K. Mulford, I think. It's a 1 star. I DNF'd. I do not believe that somebody is raised in complete solitude, in complete seclusion, but then the moment that she's being taken out of there, she just magically knows everything about the world. I don't believe that. Get out of here with that. Bow Before the Elf Queen is definitely going to be a 2 star. I loved the first one. The second one fell very flat for me. I was like, I don't even know what happened to the characters. Where was the plot progression? What happened to everybody? We're done, right? Nope, we're done. Bewitched by Laura Thalassa. Okay, I can only judge by the first book because the second book comes out in a couple months. But we are going to put this right now as a number 4. We'll see this next year and see if I still rate it as high, but I love it. Laura Thalassa's writing isn't for everybody, I get that, but I absolutely loved it because it's kind of a spin-off from the Bargainer series, even though you don't meet any of the characters as of right now from the Bargainer world. But I love it. I kind of like the whole awakening a god thing and like mates and stuff. I don't know. I loved it. I loved it. Dirty Lying Fairies. Again, this is going into a 4 star because I absolutely loved it. It's a Wattpad book that got published, I think, or maybe self-published. It's so good. It's a standalone, but it's in this whole like series. The second book is Dirty Lying Dragons, I think, and it doesn't continue from the first book. So you can read them as standalones. I loved it. I think it's so unique about how they all live in kind of like a metropolitan area, and the winter court, you know, is one somewhere, and then the spring court somewhere else. I don't know. You guys go read it. It is so unique and so good. However, here we go. The Supernatural Community series by Krista Street. I wasted so much time reading all of these books in here. Absolutely terrible. I'm not even saying anymore. You can go back and read or watch some of my vlogs whenever I read it. I'm done. Fourth Wing. I know everybody's on the hype right now about Fourth Wing, but Iron Flame, y'all, Iron Flame is not good. Not good. Fourth Wing, super high. It's kind of like the Divine Rivals thing. Fourth Wing is so high because it was so good and introduced us to a lush, new, unique world. And then all of a sudden Iron Flame comes out and it's like, what? Like, what are you doing? So this one is just going into the meh category because it's got to balance each other out, right? Winter Song. I don't know where I'm going to put this. Actually, I do know. I wasted so much time with Winter Song by S.J. Jones. Her writing is not for me. That's okay. I did not like it. Enough said. Between Wrath and Mercy by Jess Wisecup, this is going to be a 2 star. I'm not doing very good. Have you noticed that I have more on the 1s and 2s than I do for everything else? Like, that's a bit scary. But Between Wrath and Mercy, again, I read it. I was a little bit intrigued with how things were going, but count me out. Count me out. The next one, Bonded by Thorns. If you have watched any of my series, you know that's going into a 5 star. I love this story. Again, it's a Beauty and the Beast retelling. I think I have a certain love for a retelling. But I really loved it. I really loved everything about it. I can't wait to continue on. I actually just started picking up the second book this week. So can't wait to get back into that world. Order of Scorpions by Ivy Asher. I'm going to say just meh. It was good. Had me intrigued. Absolutely loved the whole assassin aspect where she is like sold to be traded and stuff. But this is a reverse harem. So good. Ivy Asher did a great job. I just feel like the middle of the book was very flat for me. Like, we had a lot of action and so good plot progression and just everything, and then the middle of the book happened, and then you have the ending, which was so good, and the twists and everything that happens with that. But that middle was just way too slow going. I don't know. I loved it though. I will recommend that to anybody. Order of Scorpions. If you like reverse harem and you like a really badass heroine. Foxglove King by Hannah Witten. This is going to go in a 2-star. I do not like it. I read it because I was a little intrigued, but I don't know. It just went in a weird place for me, and I'm not okay with that. Fairy though, is definitely, I want to live in this world. Oh my goodness. If you want gothic, fantasy, romance with a little bit of paranormal in there, maybe a little bit of horror, there's a lot of genres going on. So good. It's a standalone, which is great. You don't find a whole lot of fantasy romances that are standalones. This is. I tell everyone, go read it. So good. So good. The next one is The Thorns Remain by J.J.A. Harwood, I think. This is going to go into a 1-star. Enough said, I did not like it. Rebel King, this is going to be the first and second book because I haven't gotten the third, which is Vicious King. But first and second book, so close to a favorite. I absolutely love these characters. It follows a different brother. There's going to be 3 books in this series, so Vicious Kings is going to be the last one. So good. Again, another unique story. It's an urban fantasy romance set in like Las Vegas with fae and other, kind of paranormal people. You should go check it out. The first one is called The Dark King. Rebel King is the second one. But I put Rebel King on here because I didn't read Dark King last year. So, House of Beating Wings by Olivia Wildenstein. Definitely a 4-star. Again, I'm a huge Olivia Wildenstein fan. I love her Rose Petal Graves series. But House of Beating Wings starts off really, really good. The writing isn't the greatest. However, we have our girl, and she's like half fae, half human, and she's on a quest because she's in love with the prince. And she thinks that she's going to marry the prince. So she's on this quest, and things come about. That's all I'm going to say. Definitely go read it. Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard. Definitely a 4-star as well. I can't wait to continue on with this series. I don't know why I waited so long. This just, it's a YA fantasy romance. And although I don't really pick up a whole lot of YA anymore, this one, it still hits. It still hits. I love it. And then we have Down Comes the Night by Allison Saft, which is another 1-star. I wasted time with this one. I did not like it, did not like the vibes, didn't like anything about it, which is okay. We have Winter's Curse by Marie Rakowski. I'm going to say it is between a 2 and a 3. I'm going to say a 3-star because I am going to read the second book. So a 3-star. I'm not wowed by it. There's just something about it. I'm not wowed at all. The Air Awakens whole series, all 5 books I read in 1 week by Elise Kova. Definitely so close to a favorite. I have to say, for the majority of the time, I was loving it, eating it up, couldn't stop reading these books. So it's not one of my favorites, but it's pretty darn close. I do still think about this world from time to time. And then we have Daughter of No Worlds by Carissa Broadbent. Now, having loved the duology of The Serpent and the Wings of Night, or the Crowns of Nyaxia duology, I was like, I need to read more Carissa Broadbent. But it's just meh. Like, I don't know. There's something about Daughter of No Worlds that I was like, I don't know. One Dark Window also falls into the whole One Dark Window was great. 2 Twisted Crowns, not so good. So we're just going to put it in a 3-star. It's just okay. Oath Taker is definitely a 2-star. I am not going to be continuing on with this series. I feel like I was led to believe that it was something that it is not. So there we are. Yeah, I don't even know why I kept reading. I don't know why. Savage Lands. I did start Savage Lands in October. So I'm going to say that it's just meh. Like, there's not a whole lot that's great about Savage Lands. Like, it's addicting and you want to keep reading. The writing isn't good. Yeah, I don't know. From Salt to Sky as well. It's so short. It's like a 200-page book, 250-page book. Not big at all. It's like a Celtic folk fairy tale retelling kind of thing. Just, I'm not really into it. And then lastly, y'all are going to kill me for this, but Powerless is a 2-star. I am going to continue. I'm going to read Reckless whenever it comes out. Is it July, I think, of this year? I don't know. I wasn't fully hooked. I wasn't hooked. But anyway, you guys, I'm kind of shocked at how many 1 and 2 stars we had. I did not expect that to be the case. But it just goes to show, if any of these books are your favorites and I rated them lower than you, it just shows you like what our different tastes are and what we like in a book. But definitely leave me some comments below. Let me know what you thought of this video. Should I do more tier ranking lists and just come up with different ideas on that? Let me know below. But I hope you all have a great day and I will see you all next time. Bye.